Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to explain MOS Abstract and show you how the XPression 8.7 and higher software allows you to format the MOS Abstract. I'm working in Inception right now, and you can see I've got the ActiveX plugin for XPression open, and I've got a lower third that I've built here. If I drag that into my script, you can see that I now have the blob of text here, which tells me what's in here. It's structured to show me that this is using something in the lower thirds channel, L3. It's the breaking news template for lower thirds, and the content that's within this. This blob of text is referred to as the MOS Abstract, and that's something that's been defined by the MOS protocol organization to tell you what information goes in there and how it's structured. Is something that's variable dependent on the vendor. So I put this in here. You can see what the content is. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go into my MOS Gateway, and I'm going to show you how that can be changed. Under Gateway, Settings, MOS Objects, you can see there's a section here for MOS Abstract, and you can see how the format's put together. You'll see a lot of what we call macros, which is just the text that you're looking for in between some @ symbols to segregate it, and you can also see that I put in some different characters for structure and formatting. Well, I'm going to show you how you find out what all those are. If you go to the user guide in section 3-5, section B, you can see that we discuss how that's put together. And these are the available tags or macros that you can use. What you wind up doing is constructing a string of these. For example, this one here is showing me the template : content, and you'll see if this example would be the template named lower third, and the information I put in is just first name. That's the way that would show up. And these are some of the template choices that are in there. And this will change as the software values increase, not values, but versions increase. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a select all, and I'm going to delete what I currently have in here and show you something that's new. You can now go in and right click with your mouse. So click in the field. You'll see if you right click, you can choose insert format. I'm going to put in the description field, and I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to click past it and then right click again. I'm going to put in VC or virtual channel. I'll click past it again, and I'm going to put in the template name. I'm going to right click past it. I'm going to go ahead and put in content. I'm going to click OK. And what you'll notice now that I've done that, if I come back into my newsroom system and I launch the plugin, I'm going to pick that similar template, which is just L3, not L £, but L3. I'm going to put some content in here. I'm going to change it to and Ross video, and I'm just going to drag that into my script, and you're going to see that it's fairly similar, but you'll also notice that I didn't put any of the additional characters in the middle. I'm also going to show you something else that we've done. We've added the ability to use the description field, so I can put in this is a test, and if I drag this in again, what you'll notice is in front of that I'll see this is a test. Is kind of a broken space here. I'm going to show you how to finish the structure. I'm just going to go back to the gateway, and I'm going to go back to settings. I'm going to go into my MOS objects, and I'm going to add some additional space in here. I'm also going to put the templates, for example, the virtual channel name inside of brackets so that we know that, and the template name I'm going to put inside of curly brackets so that we can segregate that. Now what I want you to notice is if I put that together, that's going to be part of the structure, and I've now got this in here. If I was to drag something else in, it isn't going to change, but if I close the plugin and then I relaunch the plugin, now the XPression plugin will communicate back to the gateway and get all the configuration settings. So I'm going to take a lower third again, and I'm just going to leave the text that's in here. If I drag it in, you'll now see that the new content that I drag in other words, this doesn't retroactively change everything inside the newsroom, but you can see now I can go ahead and I can build whatever that structure is, and the additional characters that I've added in here show up. And also if I put in this is a test and I drag that in, you'll see the description field is ahead of this. Now why would I want the description field? Here's a great reason. If I was doing bullet points and I want the director to know, for example, that there are 4 bullet points in this, and it's possible 5, but I'm only using 4, I might put that in there. And if you have somebody who's pretty good at scripting or wants to play with visual logic, they can actually put something together that says if only 4 bullet points, to automatically put that information in and populate the description field. They may need to do this with scripting, but this gives you some opportunity to help key in your director so they know exactly what's coming, so they're not surprised, and they can work this off of their scripts. And with this MOS Abstract, you can now customize the MOS Abstract to something that makes sense to your newsroom and your control room group.